everyone, welcome back to Plum Mashable. So it is decorating day, but before we get into that, I want to show you guys something that I've been working on. So I mentioned a few weeks ago that I was thinking of possibly making my own insert so that I could kind of make my weekends a little bit bigger, because as you guys know, I tend to cram a lot of stuff into it. This is just an example, and this is basically how I'm going to do this week in my planner as well. I was just sort of playing around with it. The dates aren't right. There's a couple of little bits and pieces that I still need to change, but this is roughly what I'm going with, and it's based on the Kikki.K weekly diaries, the way they set that out. Basically, you've got your it's split up into 8. You've got a notes section up here, and then it goes Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm still kind of working out exactly if this is what I want to do, but what I'm sort of planning on is maybe doing 4 or 5 weeks in this format just to see if it works. But this was just a test. I just had some time this afternoon, so I was playing around with it and just sort of trying to work out how I was going to put this in. So that's sort of what I'm working on. If you guys have any ideas, thoughts, or suggestions on how I can make this work a little bit better, just leave a comment down below, because I'd be really interested in hearing your thoughts in regards to this. So that is what I've been working on. Now that you've seen that, let's move along to the actual point of this video, which is my decoration. So I'm just flipping to the right week. Those rings are still a little stiff and I don't quite know why, but that's okay. I'll just put that off to the side. And there we go. So that is what I've got going on this week. As you can see, it's not all that much. But as I've already done this sort of in my mock one, this is going to be reasonably straightforward. So I'm going to get straight into it just by rubbing out a couple of little bits and pieces, just so these go away. So I'm going to go and do that, and I'll be back in just a sec. There we go. So that's what it looks like when you rub everything out. Basically, it just looks like it should. So I'm going to start off just with some washi tape. I'm 90% sure this washi tape came from K-Mart, but I'm not 100% sure. It's just running top and bottom along both pages, just like you saw before. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll be back in just a second. There we go, that's what it looks like once you've put the washi tape. It's obviously very simple, and my cameraman slash partner off camera has just asked me why I'm doing blue. Basically just doing blue because every once in a while you've just got to do something not in a paper lover's book. You've got to pick something else. So I'm just basically going with blue. I like blue. I know I have a lot of blue things. I have a lot of blue washi tape. I have a lot of blue in a lot of the paper lovers books that you can play with. So that's basically where the whole thing came from, was I just wanted to use blue. So I'm just jumping into my little planner, just looking, or my sticker planner, just looking for my, there they are, looking for my CD stickers. So I'm just grabbing them and just putting that where it needs to be. And the same thing with my netball stickers. I'm just going to grab them and put them in their right spot. I do really like this layout. Like, I know I'm making my own and everything like that, but I do enjoy this particular layout. I like it being Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, but I can't stand this. So whether or not we sort of maybe look at, if that particular way we were doing before doesn't work, we look at maybe just making the days smaller, but I still don't see how that's quite going to work. So we'll work with that one for now, and we'll see how we go. So the next thing I'm going to grab is just the Aldi sticker book. So So you guys would have seen this before. I have done a walkthrough of it, so I will link that video down below, but you will have troubles finding them. If you are trying to find it, it is not an easy task. So if you do manage to find one, well done. Very well done indeed. So I'm just grabbing one of these arrows. It's not for any other reason than I think they're really, really pretty. And I'm trying to use a little bit more out of this sticker book so that I actually get to use it, because otherwise I'm not going to. I am going to use this tag, which I used on the other one, and it was why it wasn't actually stuck down, because I wanted to use it over here. But as you would have seen last week, I've been using these envelopes out of the Paper Lovers, well, this one's not out of the Paper Lovers books. I've been using envelopes that I've been making out of other paper. This one came out of a paper stack, or this paper came out of a paper stack from K-Mart, which I bought like 6 months ago, but I will link the video of the haul that I did down below for you guys. I basically just made it off camera so I could sort of see what it looked like with the other bit. I am going to be using these envelopes fairly regularly, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to make one on camera, so there's just a short one. I know I did it on camera last week, but I'm going to do just a short video of how to make it, because I've kind of streamlined the process. And then from now on, I'm just going to come in with it here, so you guys don't have to watch me make that envelope every single time I do it, because it probably will happen a lot. It'll just be where I put it. Do I stick it down over here, or do I put it upside? I don't know. There'll be different ways that I'll do it. And then all I've done is I've just stuck the needle times on the front, so that's the difference. And that's just a half of a post-it note out of the Be Brave post-it note kit, which is no longer available sadly, but I will try and find it and link it down below for you if I do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and write in all the little bits and pieces that I need to write in, and I'm going to fast forward through that, and then I'll keep going with the other decoration. There we go, so that's what it looks like when it's all laid out with all the different bits and pieces that I've got to do. So that bit's then going to sit there, and I think I want to put the tag just down the side here. I just like the way it sort of balances it out. But I am going to stick the tag down. I'm not going to have it sort of sliding around this time. So just grabbing my glue tape and just making sure it's got enough on it. I am just using the last of my Bostick glue tape, and then I'll be back to my glue dots. But just a warning, if you are going to use the Bostick glue tape, it is super duper sticky, and never ever ever can you reposition anything that you stuck down. So make sure you definitely want to stick down whatever you're sticking down before you stick it down. Did I say stick it down quite enough? So then I'm just going back into the Aldi sticker book. I'm just basically looking for a couple more bits and pieces to kind of tie this together. This, by the way, is out of the Foodies Paper Lovers book. I have done a walkthrough of that, which I will link down below for you. I'm not a big fan of that one. It's not my favourite, but the blue range fits in nicely here. So that's what I used there. I'm trying not to use everything blue as much as I want to use everything blue. I just want to put this little heart down here, just next to dinner at Grandma's, and then I want to use this little white heart just here in the middle, just to sort of tie that all together. So that's basically it, guys. I know it is exceedingly simple, but I'm liking the simplicity, and especially if this interview goes well, maybe we'll be back at work and things might need to become a little bit more simple. But I am going to do these envelopes all the time now, so I won't go through them every time, but I will link a video. I'll put one up in the next couple of days, and I'll link it once this video goes up so you guys can see it. So that is it from me this time, guys. I do hope you liked this video and liked this decoration. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up. If you do like my videos, please subscribe. I appreciate every single person that subscribes, so please do so if you want to make sure you see and know what's happening with me. I do have Instagram now, which I'm trying really hard to keep going, so if you have Instagram, if you're active on Instagram, please add me there and you can see photos and other bits and pieces of things that I'm up to. I am updating my Facebook page as well reasonably regularly now, so keep an eye out there too. You can find me pretty much everywhere at plum_mashable. That's basically everything I needed to say. I think that's a big spiel. As I said right at the start, let me know what you think of that layout and how you would do that, and if any changes you think that you would make. I'd definitely love to hear your input before I go using them for sort of 4 weeks solid. Otherwise, guys, I will talk to you again really, really soon. Thanks a lot. Bye.